So in our clinic, we're seeing more 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, people with young children getting diagnosed with this scary disease.
It used to be age 50 when you started to both screen and worry about the possibility of colon cancer. But Dr. Neil Trivedi says there's been a shift.
Typically, we thought that maybe it was fast food or bad diet that was causing it. It doesn't seem to be the case. So these are people who are marathon runners, vegans, people who are eating healthy, doing all the right things, exercising, and still getting this at a very young age.
Dr. Trivedi says researchers are working to figure out why this is happening. Until then, though, it's us who need to change our behaviors.
The American Cancer Society actually decreased in response to this their recommended age of screening to 45. But again, that doesn't cover somebody who's 20 or 30 and getting the disease.
So, especially if you're young, pay attention to your body. Don't dismiss signs and symptoms. You should know that genetics play a role. A family history puts you at greater risk, and the disease hits harder in communities of color.
And we know from large studies that African Americans tend to do worse with a lot of different kinds of cancers and are at higher risk of getting it. What plays into that, we're not sure. It could be genetics. A lot of it could be racial disparities in healthcare.
Screenings have been down during the pandemic, but putting off talking to your doctor for fear of COVID-19 is a mistake. If caught early, colon cancer can be treated, but too often, people wait.
Telehealth has honestly been a great resource during this time. So if you are concerned about symptoms, it's great just to set up a telehealth visit with your primary care doctor. They can kind of gauge whether this is something serious that needs to be checked on right away or whether you can kind of wait.
Rena Sargentopoulos, KARE 11 News.
Now, Dr. Trivedi says pay attention to changes in your bowel habits, anything that's persistent and doesn't go away, like blood in your stool, diarrhea, or constipation. Unexpected weight loss is another symptom. We'll have this listed for you at kare11.com.